because this one is much easier to erase. I guess let's just send it. Yeah, let's just send it. We're gonna just start with our line of action. Line of action. Let's see if this character will fit on the page. One, two, three. Oh. One, two. That's a little off. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5. Wow, dude, we got that one down pretty good. I think I've just done so many characters now that I roughly know the general scope of how much to draw. Okay, so now we're going to be doing the Bridgman technique. The Bridgman technique consists of line of action, starting with the head. Now we're going to go into the 3 immovable masses, which the 3 immovable masses are the torso. I actually got that wrong a little bit. Torso. And I'm vaguely roughing it in, but we're also trying to think about these as big blocks. Like big Legos. But these Legos, as we can see, I guess I'll make a little example. These Legos go in and out of one another, right? So say we have just the main one like this. See? Well, this shape right here can actually twist and turn. So this could actually be the same like that, but check this out. This can actually shift like this, while this stays the same, right? Now there's a parameter to the movements of this, but also take this for example. This pelvis can shift as well, but the thing why they call it the 3 immovable masses is because there's only certain ranges of motions that the head, the torso, and the pelvis can move. And I have seen some animators, what they'll do is they'll actually take this line of action and they'll just animate just the 3 immovable masses before anything. They just go, okay, is the 3 immovable masses working on maybe like a 50 drawing kind of storyboard thing, and then they'll do another color and then they'll go, okay, well, let's work on the arms, stuff like that. But not every animator works that way. Some animators work much differently, right? So we're going to work on our 3 immovable masses. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is at the end of the pelvis, roughly for both males and females. So let's see here. How's that? I'm going to think about the pelvis as a giant block. So another big one. Now I don't remember which anatomy book I learned this from, but I do remember it's either from George Bridgman. I think it might have been Glenn Villepeu. Those are the 3 guys that I kind of learned figure drawing. George Bridgman, and Andrew. Actually, I kind of went more George Bridgman, Glenn Villepeu, and then Andrew Loomis. Andrew Loomis is very, very heavy on perspective and all this, and if you guys can't tell, I'm actually really, really bad at perspective. But what I learned, and I might be even wrong on this, so take everything I say with a grain of salt, but from what I learned was 3 immovable masses, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5. Taking this 5.5 and seeing where you kind of roughly want it in the perspective, right? And just kind of making a simple note of the 5.5, and then splitting the pelvis from the hips. Now, Andrew Loomis actually works differently. Andrew Loomis, so this is the Bridgman technique, but Andrew Loomis actually works like this. He actually does like, he thinks about the pelvis as not as a cube. He thinks about it as two little cylinders, which I didn't learn that way. But some artists do learn it that way. And there's many different techniques to get an overall. I mean, there's probably like 10 techniques you could use to get to the same end result. This is just the one that I learned, right? Where was that? Oh yeah, so we're getting the end of the kneecap, right? So from this one, we're going to go. Now there is a hip muscle. I mean, not hip muscle. There's a thigh muscle. I forgot what it's called. But it's basically just a bump. So I always just remember bump. There's a bump right there. Now I know there is some sort of weird muscle that kind of goes, it like connects from like right up there and then like goes up like this. Something like that. I don't remember it, but I don't know the exact name. I just know that there's a bump right there. It's the bump muscle. Now I do know that there's an oblique right here. This is like where your obliques go. Your latissimus dorsi. This is the gluteus maximus. Take that down into that. And then there's the shin bone. Shin bones are generally curved, so we are going to curve this shin bone. And then see how we establish this proportion thing? Now we know roughly where the end of the foot will be. Boom. And like I say with many of the drawings, one concept I do remember from Bridgman, if you read the How to Draw from Life from Bridgman, he says something like literally in the first like 50 pages or something. He says something like when we construct a figure, because this is figure construction, we should kind of see it as like kind of like we're building a building, right? And if we think about a building, we need to have the structure, we have the weight on the structure on top of this, right? And actually, you know what? I'm actually using this pencil a little bit too much. I kind of like stopped thinking right there. I actually need to go back into my green pencil here pretty soon, because I generally just use this pencil just to rough things in. So we're going to take that. Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about. Totally forgot. It's kind of hard. Sometimes it's like I have to just what's it called? Like re-say a lot of the things I've already said, because for me sometimes like bringing up a new concept when I am physically drawing is actually kind of hard. I want a pool in the basement of my building. That'd be interesting. A pool in the basement of your building. And why is that creative fit? I feel like it's actually interesting when you said that. I have been seeing some of, like that kind of like nostalgia, 90s nostalgia, 80s nostalgia. Like the posts on Instagram and stuff. There is one where there was like this weird space of ethereal, like empty spaces, and one was like abandoned, like underground pools or something like that. Something like that, right? It was really, really weird to see. By the way, we also have to remember we can move all of these in and out when they're... Now we have to think, will weight be fit upon these legs, right? The legs actually hold a lot of weight. If you guys didn't know, around the average weight of a human head is actually like a bowling ball. This is why people start getting a lot of back pain and stuff. You guys get a lot of tightness between your shoulders. One of the reasons why people get tightness, well, it might be because of kyphosis, but a lot of people start getting tightness in the back of their back is because of like this. This is actually why I stopped drawing this is why I draw upright, right? So I can be in better posture. This is why when you see people using drafting tables, this is why they use drafting tables, because if you start drawing like this, 10 hours a day, bro, 7 days a week, in a matter of a year, bro, your back's gonna be out, right? It's like, it happened to me. And how I had to fix it was I had to start literally relearning how to draw like this, getting more upright, and then also using strengthening stuff to strengthen your back muscles. Because once your head goes a little bit more forward, your back muscles actually start straining heavily. It doesn't seem, because it actually feels like you're actually more comfortable like this, right? But that's the thing, is if you're actually more in better posture, the bowling ball is actually more supported on the head. I don't know. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. Well, there was Florida buildings that collapsed because of that. Really? Holy moly. That's crazy. Okay, what are we doing, everybody? I think we have it down a bit. So now we are going to go into our next layer, which is this green pencil. And I am going to quickly, by the way, if you guys start using these mechanical pencils, remember to start cleaning off your eraser, because for some reason I've been smearing this stuff. And now what I'm going to do is I'm roughly just going to erase some of this stuff, right? Just because I want, because once you go with this pencil on top of that pencil, sometimes you can't really like erase it fully, but so we're roughly going to just erase it. Just roughing it. Very roughly erasing it. Okay. The jest will draw uprightly first. So, you know, there actually is a strange verse. I don't know what verse it is. It says something like, they will be with like, I don't know. It says something about uprightness or something. But sometimes I kind of think about that. Like we gotta be upright or something. I don't know. I don't know if upright physically means upright. Though I don't know. I guess maybe it might. Who knows? Okay, what do we do? Okay, so I'm gonna start with this pencil now. Man, dude, look at how much I've used this pencil. Holy moly, bro. There have been a lot of drawings. I've used this pencil so much you can't even see the Crayola anymore. Look at that. It's literally like... Alright, let's do this. Let's just send it. Now, why I like using this pencil is it really forces me to get things done. I have gotten so many things done just because of this pencil. But it also has given me so much heartache. It's almost this kind of like love-hate kind of thing, because sometimes this pencil can be very frustrating. If you make some brash decisions, right? And I feel like this pencil right here kind of really makes me slow down, analyze, think, because I have to really think, because I cannot take this back. Now you can take it a little bit back, but not all the way. Let's begin. Let's do our line of action. Doosh, doosh. Let's do our torso. Let's do our pelvis. Wait, am I still in BMX streets? Oh, I gotta change it to R. Oops. I guess I could still be in BMX streets because I am promoting BMX right there, so. So I'm not too sure. Okay, so this is generally what I do with these figures. Now, this is what I do. Now I go back to this pencil because the arms, since we have this, and now I kind of use it almost, I kind of use this pencil as like this weird like layering system. So this is kind of like the layer that I can't get rid of now. But now if I draw on top of it, I can kind of experiment a little bit more. It's kind of almost like doing it like somewhat a little bit digitally, but it's like doing it digitally, but we're working with only one layer, right? And it's kind of, I guess no, we would be working with 2 layers. So it's kind of like working with 2 layers. I need a different song. It's kind of repetitive, huh? Dude, look at this guy right here. This guy's Luke. This guy's crazy. Okay. I was thinking about having like a shield right here. Like a floating shield. It's like arrows in it. Like a bunch of arrows. I've done this concept many times. Yeah, this guy's name is Luke Malone. He's right in the same area that I am. Dude's really crazy. Basically, he's doing all the tricks that I am very, very bad at. I've been trying to learn that trick. See that trick right there? Holy moly, dude, that guy's crazy. What in the, how is he doing that? I don't know how he does that. Maybe you gotta just be really ripped. Because that dude's just... he's just abnormal. I don't know if he's taking steroids or something, but that dude's just abnormally ripped for, I don't know, like a normal bike rider. Okay, what am I doing here? Okay, so let's try and think about our... generally what I start here is I'd like to think about the deltoids. Deltoids, we're trying to draw a chick, by the way. Sword right here. Is that cool? Is that lame? I haven't done a pose like this. I think it's gonna work. I don't have the... I always if I don't know what to draw, you know what I end up drawing, Creative Fit? A floating Bible. I feel like if anybody's watching this, by the way, you guys could do it too. You don't know what to draw. Like, say you draw something, right? And why I started thinking about this is because when I was really young, my friend would be like, "Dude, you should draw a little cross on the hilt. You know, just a little cross like this on the hilt." Like that. I was like, all right, you know. And so because of that, I feel like it's just so easy, you know, because, you know, many times we all can't be drawing a person reading a Bible all the time. You know, it's like, you know, but you can draw a floating Bible, right? And that's just such a good, it's just so easy to add in there. I mean, I probably add in this little floating Bible to probably 95% of all my drawings. And you guys should too, because I feel like it could honor the Lord. And then you could just draw a little seed like that, right? It's like, boom. It's like that easy. Just like that easy. Boom, we just put a cross on it. You know? It's like, that's all you gotta, you know? Okay, let me think about this now. Okay, so we've established something. We're also going to establish a bicycle. So how I do the bike, like I say a lot of times, is I take the proportion, and we actually look at Joel Schallhorn right there, even some of these pictures right here. You know, a bike wheel is probably about, probably about a little smaller than the person's shin, right? I guess depending on how big the person is. Joel's a huge dude, so that's the other thing. So it's, you know, we'll probably just draw a bike right here. Boom. And how I generally draw the bike is after we do the proportion grid, I take the proportion of this right here. You know, I'm basically just repeating myself. And I basically just draw a circle right here. And then we could just, and generally if you see that, you can kind of see that as a reference, and then the bars are basically about that high or this high, roughly in there. And then we can put a Bible verse up in here. And this is basically the formula. I've basically been following this formula right here for a lot of my characters. And then from here on out, this is where it kind of gets into, like we're playing an RPG game. What kind of armor do you want? What are you going to grind? Because, you know, like if you're playing WoW or something, or like any sort of RPG game, you got to grind for that armor, right? You got to grind for the armor, you got to grind for basically everything that you have. And so it kind of, you take that mentality that you have to grind for this armor, but we're doing it in a drawing. This is basically has turned into the video game. We are in the video game. Well, I guess no, this isn't a video game. This is just drawing. But you can draw in a way that's like a video game. And if you can kind of think about it that way, you kind of go, oh, okay, well. It's like, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I actually kind of do know what I'm talking about, but it's like, I don't know. I probably don't make much sense. Sometimes I don't know if I make sense to people or not, but... Okay, so now we're going to take that same concept, we're going to erase this a little bit, and we're going to commit to this now. Right? So let's do the deltoid. There's a front delt right there, there's a side delt. We're going to do the bicep. So it's a female character, she's going to be a little bit more petite. But is it petite or petite? I don't remember, I don't know. Deltoid. We are the video game. We are the video game. Everybody, read the Bible. You can be a part of the story. The Bible is the book where, just like why I have this verse right down here. What does it say? Matthew 28:19. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. This is the call to the Great Commission, everybody. We can all go into the Great Commission. It's not just pastors. It's not just the elites of the believers. It's not just some random people. The Great Commission is a call for everybody. It's the call for everybody. We are the Great people. And we're out there just planting seeds. You never know, right? You never know what seed will grow on somebody. Oh, man. These streams are weird. Okay, so now we go 1, 2, and that is at the end of the... We're going to do the collarbone. 2 is... See this right here? 1 head, 2 head. Sounds weird, but that's actually where the end of the pectoralis is. I know in layman's terms, some people might say breasts or something, but it's also the same with dudes, actually. It sounds weird, I know. But if we were to strip off all of the skin, you know, there's certain muscles that they behave in very, I don't know. You probably make, if you study the anatomy, you just gotta study the anatomy. It'll tell you this kind of stuff, right? Funky Mold. How's your day going? My day is going pretty good. Pretty good, I think. Boom. Alrighty. So here's another concept I kind of forgot to mention. Now it's in Andrew Loomis. If you read the Andrew Loomis, Andrew Loomis starts talking about the swing technique. I don't know what it's actually called. I think it's called arcs or something. But see, like, say this deltoid right here. Well, what happens if we think about this as, what is that? The parameter? I don't know what it's called. You know, if we were to just make a circle right here, but also making the circle within. See how this character is actually not totally straight on. It's actually tilted a little bit. But if we think about that and we arc that, right, we can find where the end of that deltoid will be. See this little forearm muscle? Let's arc it. You can and I'm not doing it exactly. There is a mathematical formulation or something. I don't really know how. I kind of do know how to do it, but there is a mathematical perspective formula that you can do. It just takes a very, very long time. And you're kind of crazy if people start doing it because it's just like, ugh. But I guess if you were a sculptor, that's when you would probably need to do it, because if you're like sculpting something in marble, bro, you know, you don't want this one to kind of be like, you know, way over here, because people are like, what in the world? Like, that doesn't, you know. So, but luckily, we're drawing here. And drawing's much, much easier, I feel like, because we're basically just sculpting just one plane, right? We're not, that's why sculpting is so hard, because it's like, you basically have to draw in every single angle. It's crazy, man. It's craziness, everybody. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna try and figure out this character up in here. I'm also gonna try and maybe think about the armor. I'm thinking about the shield. I think the shield might be a little bit too big. I'll actually cut this down a little bit. I don't know what type of shield we should have. Oh, that shield's like huge, huh? Would that be a legit shield to wear? I think that shield was a little bit too... I've been trying to think about it. Yeah, no, that one might be a little bit more tame. Man, look at that guy. That guy's doing the very trick I'm trying to learn. How tall is that guy's seat? That guy's running a pretty tall seat, isn't he? I don't see how he's doing that trick. I've literally been trying to learn this trick for like 2 years now. Not that one. That one I've been trying to learn too. How goes it, Funky Mole? What have you been up to, bro? Who's that trick at? This isn't just something else. Let's change the thing. Is this copyrighted? Let me look at it. Nope, it's not copyrighted. It's copyright free, everybody. I think we are in the clear of the copyrights segments of the stream. Okay, I think we're ready to go, Ed. Yeah. We put on different BMX. Yeah. We've been watching these same dudes for a while now. I got a lot of people in the playlist. Oh, interesting. Watching Devin Smiley. Maybe I should change this thing. I might put on, let's see here. Should I change the, I don't have too many like bike riding like pictures and stuff like that. Okay. Devin's gnarly because he's good at skateboarding and he's good at bike riding. Shout out to Devin Smiley. Dude's a G. Let me zoom into this now. This pencil. This is a very, very important part here. Now we're doing the Brad Rigney technique. The Brad Rigney technique is now working on the hardest areas first, which is the head and the hands, and then building it up from there. I call it the Brad Rigney technique. He probably got it from something else, but so now we're gonna put in a lot of time. If you were to just draw just a character, I think if you were to just focus on boom, head, hands, and then just do a little bit of embellishment, but if you just put most of your time in that, there is something also innately with the human mind that if you see somebody and you just see their head and you just see the hands, that you kind of recognize that it is a human. I don't know what it is, some psychological mumbo jumbo stuff, but some artists have said something like that, but I don't know if I agree with them, but I don't know. They said something like that. Okay, let's go in with this pencil now. We're going in with this one. We have established the proportion of that, so we can take some. Now you can't do this forever. I will say there comes a time when actually, if you start erasing too much, it actually just starts damaging the paper. we are going to go in now. We're also putting an edge on that pencil lead right there. Look at this one. Let's read it. Are we getting somewhat close? Let's see if we're actually even getting close. Sometimes we have to find this character in the midst of all this stuff. We do. This is a very, very hard part, everybody. There's a lot of characters. The most little subtle little jump in the line changes so much with every, especially if you're working at the scale. So, I'm trying to think, because I want to like, I'm have her like looking over here. If like an arrow just hit this. This one's hard. Might just do a completely different one. I know, I need to do the channel point things, huh? It's hard. I don't know. I need to make the thumbnails. I think that's the hard part. Oh, this character's hard, everybody. This is the hardest part. That's why Brad Ridney talks about going into this one. The hardest part. There's so many variables in here. You gotta focus in right in there, dude. I literally was gonna do a side. I don't know, man. Just gotta find this in the sea of possibilities. Very, very hard right now. Okay. Interesting character. Look at that, dude. Just the subtlest little line changes so much. It's like there's like the littlest little maneuver, dude. changes so much of the personality of this character. It's crazy. What a weird character, huh? She looks annoyed. Should we keep it? It's an interesting character. I haven't done a character like this in a bit. It's been actually quite a bit of time since I've done a character like this. Do you think that is gonna work? Should we do a halo? What an interesting one. Shrik's an interesting character. And that's kind of why I like doing these ones too, is because every one is just a little bit different. Even if we do the exact same pose. Yeah, it's like every single one just turns out just a little bit different. Because I mean, even just this nose, you know, this is definitely almost very interesting. Very interesting nose. I wonder, she looks like she's like annoyed that she just, I don't know. Oh. Okay, let's work on this part now. So head and hands. I know I started embellishing the shoulder pad a little bit, which I feel like the shoulder pad's definitely what I try and think about the shoulder pad is you can kind of use the shoulder pad and just do like the graffiti technique. And the graffiti technique is kind of like taking an element from what you first start with, and when you end the graffiti piece, you kind of like have that same sort of element to it, and you could take that element with the shape of it. So, think about that somehow. And this song's kind of crazy, huh? It's like straight just, this is, whatchamacallit, breakcore. It's kind of cool. I dig it though. There's not many commercials, huh? Guess we'll keep with it. Actually, let's go with some like RPG music. We're making good on time. Oh yeah, here's the other thing. You know what I started doing? I might actually start inking again. Should we ink, everybody? Or should I not ink? I don't know. Back. I think we made some good strides. Very weird character. Very interesting one. Check this one out. Look at the characteristics of this character. I was like, should we keep it? I don't know. Very intriguing nose. I don't want to keep it. I haven't. Normally I do kind of like the anime-ish, kind of like, you know. But this one we're kind of going with a little bit more, I don't know, I guess maybe almost German-esque? Kind of almost like, yeah, some German-esque. Watching Devin Smiley, right? This guy's actually a believer. That's Devin Smiley. And we're working on the hardest parts first. Thinking about the sword now. How we're gonna place that in there. Let's bring out this pencil. Let's just commit to it. If you guys are out there, you guys can draw along with me. Maybe you could draw the exact same thing I'm drawing. Or we could just do a Bob Ross thing. Welcome, everybody. Do. No mistakes, just happy accidents, everybody. But actually, I don't know about with the character design stuff. It's definitely, especially start using this pencil, you kind of have to like, you have to have some forethought of like, because if you just, I don't know, if you just randomly just, I mean, maybe you might be able to do it, but I'm really trying to think about the structure, the anatomy. But once we think about all the anatomy, the structure, and all this stuff, that's when we have the fun. Because then we go, oh, we're playing an RPG game, everybody. Who is this? Aaron Donatos. Oh, this is actually kind of a newer one. She looks very stern, huh? She doesn't look fun at all. She looks like she's annoyed. Which I could totally change it. And see, this is the weird thing about working with the portraits, right? Is because, like, I feel like there's so many levels to emotion. I don't know. But I'm going to draw a bunch of arrows, like, in the shield. Like, she's almost like annoyed that she's getting shot by arrows. Hey, what was I doing? Oh, yeah, that's what we're doing. Drawing more paladins, everybody. More paladins and more paladins. We're gonna keep maining the paladin. I will be honest, I think I made the arms a little bit too long, but I can't really go back anymore. And then see this, like, see the pelvis thing right there? That's actually a good indicator where we could put the belt. What are we watching now? Okay, Charmire. I'd be salty if I was shot with arrows and my man ran off. I know, huh? She's trying to be meek, though. That's the thing. You know, strength under control. Can we still love... I feel like that's what is going on in this character's mind. Is she going to take out the sword, or is she going to somehow love the enemy even if they're trying to kill her or something like that? Okay. We got that. I think we basically got the hardest parts done, everybody. Now it comes down to having fun. We're basically just going to play an RPG game now. Let me zoom this out a little bit more. I need to push this a little bit more in here. I guess we'll just zoom it out. There we go. You're fading. Farewell, creative fit. I know these drawings are kind of boring. I know they're boring because I know a lot of people don't watch the drawing. They generally just watch the end part. They're just like, what's the drawing? Isn't that weird, right? And that's the other thing is I've been hearing a lot of people say the same thing. Someone brought it up on the Twitch subreddit. They were saying a lot of creators, like, it's very, like, slow going. It's a little hard to be kind of... I'm trying to think here, though. Then I think, how are we going to take this element of this armor? How could we put some armor over here that is similar? Now we do have this ridge over here. See this ridge? We're going to try and inject this ridge onto parts of the armor. You're a creative sick? Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Getting sick is no fun, man. No fun. Ooh, it's Brian Chapman. This writer shreds, bro. Shout out to Brian Chapman. That dude's crazy. Yeah, this guy's really crazy. This guy actually, he runs a bike design shop now. Or not bike design shop, he makes bikes actually. He actually makes bikes. How am I supposed to do this? Huh. Trying to think here, what is this would be? I'm just drawing a typical Paladin. Drawing a typical Paladin, everybody. Okay, so see this armor? We're going to take a little bit, we're going to try and inject this armor in there as well. I think we're going to try anyway. Alright, we're gonna just send it now. I think I'm gonna embellish a little bit of like this side armor thing. Maybe like elbow armor? Maybe? It's like forearm armor. Okay, so now we are taking some rough guesstimation. See this ridge right here? We're going to try and put a ridge down here. Try and put a ridge over here. And see the arc technique? We're going to try and find that arc over there. See this ridge? Putting a ridge down there. I need to work on the sword. We're going to put a heart right there. To allow our enemies. I kind of want to just ink it, but nah. It's working pretty good as a thumbnail, I think. That's what I think. Anyway, it might not be working as a thumbnail, but... Basically playing an RPG game, everybody. Yeah, that's right. It's crazy. Okay, let's work on this sword. Oh. Dude, this character, I actually really like this character. I don't know. I don't like it, but she just looks very, very solid. It's a very solid character. Very stern, very stalwart paladin. Very stalwart paladin. I feel like she could take a demon if need be. That's some jungle music. Okay. Okay, everybody. I need some kind of gnarly music. Let's listen to Zelda Ocarina of Time soundtrack. I cannot listen to this right now. Wait, I need to listen to like a gnarlier song. There we go. Okay. What's this? I like drawing belts. Ooh, this song is amazing. We need some more BMX here. I know these are just on repeat right here, but my bad. I'm gonna put a peace sign. Don't worry, everybody. We're for peace. I know this chick seems kind of gnarly, but she is for peace. Alright, we need some different music. Let's draw a bike, everybody. We're going to BMX Street, everybody. BMX Streets. Let's do a bike, everybody. You know, a Paladin always needs the mount, huh? That's funny. That's just comedy right there, huh? Paladin, the mount, you know, Paladin class, and you get the mount, and you know, I don't know. I think it's funny, but I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna draw the bicycle, everybody. So we draw the bicycle. As we take the proportion of this one, we're gonna do a circle. We're gonna do another circle. And then we're going to do a little bit less than 3. It's not full on 3, depending on if it's a flatland bike or what kind of bike you have you. We're going to split this circle. We're going to cube this circle. We're going to split this cube in half. I think we might do just a normal looking bike today. But I mean, I don't recognize this, but you've been asleep for 57 years. You've been tripping out there, man. That was cool. Radical, dude. Shred the tubes, dude. Gonna shred the tubes that day, dude. Just rid, just, you know? Just out there, bro. Righteousness, dude.
Your agent tells us you're quite a
Give God the glory, dude, in everything we do, bro. Let's send it for the Lord, dude. I think this chick's gonna be pegless. Probably brakeless too. I haven't done a brakeless bike in a while. A pegless, brakeless is great. I'm trying not to get distracted on my phone. Nope. I'm just gonna not get on my phone. It's so easy to just get distracted on your phone. We're gonna just draw. Drawing a paladin. The paladin drawing must continue, everybody. Let's get this done. I'm drawing sect forks. Boom. Dude, she's running 0 offset forks. Oh my goodness. I wasn't supposed to draw it that. I guess she's running. I guess she's a flatland pegless rider. Those ones are gnarly. Far and few between, but she's running 0 offset forks. Oh my god. I didn't mean to draw that. I was actually just. She's running 0 sect. She's running the 0 sect forks, I guess. We're not even out yet. Oh, fudge, I just totally messed it over there. There is a gusset right here on the cold frames. I haven't even seen some of these videos. They're just on autoplay. Let's actually watch some pegless Flatlanders. They're gnarly, bro. I think I have a pegless one. Oh, you know what? Joel Shalhorn was pegless. I wonder if he has his, I wonder if he has some videos up on there. Ah, screw it. I don't want to think about it. I guess we'll just, I think, let me look it up real quick. Joel Shalhorn BMX pegless. He has edits where he was like full on pegless. Pegless. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Check this out. This is pegless Flatland. It's gnarly. It's really, really, really hard. Ooh, that was a pretty good seat stay, kinda. What is it? If you guys can tell me what seat this is, I'll give you props.
What the is my life?
Dude, that seat looks rad, dude. Oh my goodness, that's such a gnarly seat. I would run that right now. Dude, drawing bike parts is just so fun. You're just like, what do you, it's like, bro, I would, man. Just so many designs, bro. Like, so many different geometries you could test out. Bro, it's so gnarly. It'd be cool if you could just test out just a plethora of just geometry, you know? It would be cool, like, I don't know, like, if, like, companies, like, do, like, the prototype parts, because I would love to be doing that. Can I test your guys' prototype parts? Can I just test your geometry out? That'd be amazing. Is this the same song? What the? They like took the same song and put it in the different thing. Let's see here. Oh, these are on copyright. Copyright, 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 copyright. Let's listen to. No, I'll just listen to D. Smith. I like this song. This song ain't even on copyright.
I was always riding like BMX bikes, jumping curbs and stuff. But I guess when I really started learning stuff is when that movie Ride came out, and then seeing like commercials and stuff of people doing tricks with bikes and stuff. Just got into it that way. And then my dad met Jeff Cotter and Ron McCoy, those guys riding at Lakeland Islands, and introduced me to it. And that's when I really started learning stuff. Went out with people.
Better than I was.
Been riding in Long Beach. I'm not sure. I've been living in Long Beach too long, man. It's just wild. Just I've been living in that area for so long. Most of the time I ride by myself. Ed and Espo moved down by the house, so like I see him every now and again running.
A little Easter egg in there.
Every now and again I might ride with Steph on Sarah, or that's it pretty much. That's Eric Stefano maybe. But not a whole lot. You know, most of the time it's just by myself. I always kept to myself growing up, so I never really hung out with too many people. There's no particular reason why I ride, except for like the fact that I like to ride, you know? And that's pretty much it. Just liking to ride, like spending time alone.
Oh, yata. Freaking messed that up. I forgot to make a freaking update thing for the Switch thing.
And perfect on the go.
You hear that, Buttercup? We can go anywhere. Enjoy Little Caesar's Crazy Pups on the go for just $3.99.
So what? No slack. You know the beginning. God created the heavens and the earth. See, Hanchinoi. Blessings, blessings. Let's see, I love this song. Ola Chaan, need me man. Go down to sun. Dude, isn't this song so good? It's amazing. I always think he says Paladin right there. Hola chaan, mi de mi man, the manajinjan, to the Mexican, to the pisan. Whoa, 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 yeah. Hola chaan, mi de mi man, the manajinjan, to the Mexican, to the pisan. Yeah. Man, I need to learn double decades, bro. It's been too long. I still haven't even landed one. Oh my god, dude, that's Bill. I met that dude for the first time at One Love, bro. Dude, that dude did the first bunny hop tail whip. This guy right here. Everybody remember it. That dude right there. First bunny hop tail whip. Bill Nachichkes or something. I don't know how to say his last name. Back in the 90s, bro. It's crazy. They used to call him Whoppers. Okie dokie. All praises be to the Most High. Let's listen to, or no, let's go to an Armor God verse. We're looking for an Armor of God. We're going into Ephesians, everybody. I think we're going to do that one. Therefore, take up the whole armor of God that you may... I always do that one. Yeah. Yep. Roger, just got to get this done.
Clorox Weight Wand is the all-in-one system that destroys tough stains, loaded with a powerful cleaning solution.
3, 2, 1. Ephesians 6:13.
Winning's nice. We love to win. But it's not the point for everyone. The 4 a.m. breeze is the point. Your first point's the point. Feeling stronger is the point.
That dude's doing a stick beat. Yep. What trick is that? Is that a roperoni? Roperoni to switchfoot Jarreter? Ephesians 6:13. A very just standard Paladin. Standard Paladin, everybody. Enter down here. Oh, I just dropped my really nice pencil. My really nice Crayola colored pencil, everybody. Freaking dropped it. We'll do a Fishers of Men thing. Christian Fisher, Peter. Okay, I'm gonna take off all of this stuff, everybody, because we're about done. Yeah, so. Peace. I'm just getting that. I'm just gonna do one little fish thing, and then we're gonna call it a day. And then armor god piece. I like doing the armor god pieces. Very typical, or I guess generic Paladin today. I actually really like it. I like this the style of this one. Very solid-ish. I think it is anyway. I kind of want to maybe do the Kyra symbol. Should we do the Kyra symbol? Should we do this fish symbol? We'll do the Kyra symbol. I haven't done the Kyra symbol in a while. Is this copyright? It's not copyrighted. Ooh, this song's cool. Food and everything to the Lord. Holy moly, we've finished, everybody. Let's put some fire on these darts. I like this song. I'm gonna save it to the playlist. That's a really good song, isn't it? I feel like it was a good song. Let's see. Let's save that to the golf segment. Okay, let's put this on the wood thing, everybody. Okay, let's get some close-ups, everybody. This is the verse we put in here. Therefore, take up the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, stand firm. Like this trick, stand firm even in the midst of much attacks from this. Oh, darn it, there's dirtiness up in here. I feel like the light's really, really bright, isn't it? Oh well. The Paladin. I like the Paladin class. I meet a lot of believers that play Paladins, so this is for you guys. All of you believers out there that played Paladins, you guys influenced me much more than I'd like to admit. It's influenced me where I just draw them all the time now, so shout out to all you Paladin players out there. Yeah. And remember, let us seek justice. Remember, we should also be for peace. I put a peace sign in there. Put a peace sign in there. Pal gets the mount and get the shield of faith, by which we can extinguish all the flaming darts of the evil one. And we are out of here, everybody. Hope you guys have a good one. Try your best and have fun. I apologize if I have said anything wrong during the stream. I apologize if my energy, or if anything, offended anybody. Hopefully we can learn to love, and we can learn to be meek, and we can learn to have controlled strength. And even if the midst of trials and tribulation, or even if the enemy is attacking us, let us still try to remain steadfast. Farewell, travelers. Till next we meet. Probably